In the lush, sun-kissed island of Yara, time seemed to stand still. Palm trees swayed gently in the warm breeze, their leaves whispering secrets to the turquoise sea. The air carried the scent of salt and blooming flowers, mixed with the distant hum of waves crashing on golden shores. This was a place where the sun rose slowly each morning, painting the sky in soft hues of pink and orange. People moved at a leisurely pace, their laughs woven into the rhythm of the land. But beneath this calm beauty lay a quiet tension, like a storm gathering far out at sea. Anton Castillo ruled Yara with an iron fist wrapped in promises of paradise. He was a tall man with sharp features and eyes that burned with unyielding ambition. His voice was smooth, like velvet, but it carried the weight of command. Anton believed in order above all else. He spoke of building a better future for his people, of a drug called Vivera that would heal the world and bring wealth to Yara. Yet, his vision came at a cost. The fields where farmers once grew food now bloomed with red tobacco leaves for the medicine. Workers toiled under the hot sun, their backs bent, their hands blistered. Checkpoints dotted the roads, where soldiers in crisp uniforms demanded papers and loyalty. Diego, Anton's young son, was 13 years old. He had his father's dark hair and thoughtful eyes, but there was a softness in him, a curiosity that hadn't yet been hardened by the world. Diego lived in the grand palace overlooking the capital, Esperanza. The city below was a mix of old colonial buildings and modern towers, where lights twinkled like stars at night. But Diego often felt alone in that big house. His father was always busy with meetings and speeches. You must learn what it means to lead, Anton would say, his hand heavy on Diego's shoulder. One evening, as the sun dipped low, casting long shadows across the palace balcony, Anton called Diego to his side. The boy approached slowly, his footsteps echoing on the marble floor. Anton held a grenade in his hand, its metal surface cool and smooth. Do you know what this is, my son? He asked, his voice steady and calm. Diego nodded, his heart beating a little faster. A grenade, father. Anton smiled faintly. He pulled the pin with a soft click, and the lever sprang free. Diego's eyes widened, but he stood still, trusting his father. Anton placed the grenade in Diego's small hands, closing the boy's fingers around it. Our country is like this grenade, Anton said softly, his gaze locked on Diego's. Except for the pin, it is our people. If you hold them close to your heart and you squeeze them to a heart, boom. If you don't hold them close enough, boom. The boy clutched the grenade tightly, feeling its weight, the dagger humming in his palm. The world around them seemed to pause, the birds stopped singing, the wind held its breath. Anton watched his son, pride mixing with something deeper, perhaps sadness. After a long moment, he took the grenade back, replacing the pin with care. You understand now, he said. We must protect what is ours. But not everyone in Yara accepted Anton's rule. In the shadows of the mountains and the hidden corners of the jungles, whispers of rebellion grew. People like Clara Garcia, a brave leader with fire in her eyes, gathered fighters. They were ordinary folk, farmers, fishermen, students, who had lost homes, families, or hope. The problem was relatable, freedom stolen in the name of progress. Families torn apart by forced labor, friends disappeared in the night. The air grew heavy with fear, but also with resolve. One day, as Diego wandered the palace grounds, he overheard servants talking in hushed tones. The Libertad is rising, one said. They fight foes. Diego hid behind a flowering bush, listening. For the first time, he wondered about the world beyond his father's words. Was paradise truly built on the suffering of others? The gentle twist came quietly, like a change in the wind. During a public speech in Esperanza, Anton stood on a stage, Diego by his side. The crowd cheered, but not all voices were loyal. A young rebel, hidden in the throng, threw a bottle that shattered near the platform. Chaos erupted, shouts, gunfire, people running. In the confusion, Diego saw a mother shielding her child, her face etched with terror. Something stirred in him, a doubt that bloomed slowly. Anton pulled Diego close, shielding him as guards restored order. Later, in the quiet of their home, Anton said, "See what happens when we losing our grip. We must be strong." But Diego couldn't forget the matter's eyes. That night, he dreamed of grenades exploding into flowers, of people free to dance under the stars. As the rebellion swelled, Yera's people found strength in unity. Clara and her fighters struck at checkpoints, freeing workers and spreading hope. Anton tightened his control, but cracks appeared in his empire. Diego, caught between love for his father and a growing empathy for the oppressed, began to question. He slipped notes to servants, small acts of kindness that hinted at change. In the end, the island breathed a sigh of relief. The revolution didn't end in fire, but in quiet resolve. Anton, facing the tide of his people, stepped back, his lessons echoing in Diego's heart. The boy, now on the cusp of manhood, chose a path of compassion. Yara healed slowly, its wounds mending under a forgiving sun. Families reunited, fields grew food once more, and the sea sang songs of peace. Paradise, true paradise, was found not in power, but in the gentle hold of freedom. Word count 852.